I have a table for Bern. It's 1 round 4 deals game. I have some doubts about the play to my opposite. He has a tendency to leave the table if he sees he loses. Well, let's try to play. The player to my left has white belt. I remember that I played with her. Why she's so low? She even doesn't have green belt. That's curious. Okay, what I can see here. Mixed triple chow 7, 8, 9. Yes, that's obvious plan. Maybe it will be something like pure straight and dots, but I'd rather not hope for it, because I think it's easier to collect mixed triple chow. Fours, anyway, I don't need this green. I may think about something like mixed shifted chows, but which ones? I have already 6, 7, 8 chow. What about... that's not good for my mixed triple chow. If I don't... Let's drop this one. If I don't get another 8, I'd better go for pure straight now, you see? It's always good to have plan B for such cases when most of your tiles are suddenly out. So it's good for me to have spare plan, yes. I'll just wait for dots from the left or from the wall, and possibly she'll drop some good dots for me before it will become obvious what I collect. But with my hand it won't be too obvious, sorry, because I'll do at most 1 meld. I need 6 and 8 dots. What about the opposite player? Too difficult hand he has. He left. He just left? What about him? No, he has just problems with connection. But he as well may leave. As I want, he's not a competitive player, not sportish behavior, yes. I know, I just know his manner. If you think someone needs to defend him against me, then no. His behavior doesn't need any defense. Okay, I may drop 8 in defense. My tiles are not out. Good. What about small fans? No, I don't need small fans. I'd rather take... What about 8? She wants... No, she doesn't want Pango weights. What about 6? Ouch. Not very good. I just have to hope. Okay. That was really good to take the last 6 from the wall. Great. Now I take this hand. She wanted even punks, you see, all even punks to the left. And the opposite player collected pairs. He already had 4 pairs in his hand. but I was just lucky to collect pure straight and concealed. And let's hope nobody will lose his or her spirit and leave the table. And what's here? That's interesting. I can think about... By the way, I can think about pure shifted chows. Pure shifted chows 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5. Yes, and bams. And the player to the opposite, possibly left. But why? I can't tell you. It's not a very big difference. You see, 47 points. My points and -8 his points. That's not a very big difference. 55. What's 55? He needs to take something like 23 points from other players or more. No, I don't need it. 23 or 12 points from me or any self. Is it too hard for him? That's just weird. Okay. And now it can be something like mixed shifted chows. Mixed shifted chows with pung of dragons. Let's see. Mixed shifted chows, I mean... No. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 cracks. 2, 3, 4 dots. 3, 4, 5 bams. And pung of reds as well. No, I'd better do this. 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6. I take green and get ready for 4 cracks. Okay, this will be much quicker, much faster than my first plan with pure shifted chows. Pure shifted chows are good, but not very quick, at least in my case. Who may hold green? Who may need green? Nobody needs green, so I just wait. Well, okay. I hold greens because they give me 2 points. They'll give me as a pung. I won't have another 3 bams because it was already discarded. So I may hope just for greens. What else I may drop to have a good hand? Yes. That's it. And now try to guess what I wait. Another 4 was melded, but I hope for 2 remaining 4s. 1 of 2 remaining. And the player to my left collects possibly all types, so she doesn't need more cracks. She'll possibly drop that 4 if it will come into her hand. If, of course, she won't take mahjong ahead of me. What win does she need? Maybe south. Maybe she already has a pair of souths. No, she doesn't. She just needs possibly south. Sometimes it's good in this case to go for melded hand Maybe she just had to drop south and wait for 9. That would be much better, but no, she doesn't wait for south. She waits for west, possibly, yes? She waits possibly for west. So, if I take west from the wall, I don't want to drop it. I'd rather, no, that's my formal waiting, yes? My formal waiting, even with the last tile, even if I take it as the last tile, it won't do me any good. I need just 4 cracks. The opposite player may drop that west. Not strictly the opposite player, but Tsumagiri bot playing instead of him. Maybe he has my 4s. He drops. She waited for 9. That's really good plan, you see? She waited for 9 cracks. She wanted to collect melded hand from discard only, of course. And the player to my left was collecting pure straight in BAMs, but he just didn't know that I have all 3s, all remaining 3 BAMs. Good, it's my second hand here. And the opposite player was too stupid to leave the table. And now I think about all types. All types, I don't have good forms in cracks, but I can drop 9 now, you see, because I have 6. If I pick 8 cracks, it will stick to 6. Okay, now I have good forms in all suits, but I don't have another wind. I need another wind. I may take chows in dots, in cracks, in bams, and pang of greens. Pang of 5s, okay. Of course other players want to collect their hands as well. I take it. Let's see what the player to my right collects. Just punks. Maybe it's all punks, all types. All punks is just a cheap hand. Experienced players not very often go for just punks. They rather collect concealed punks, triple punks, double punks. Okay, and I won't need this 6. I'd better take punk of 4s. I need another wind. And if I take punk of greens now, what can I drop? Yes, you must think ahead. These situations, yes. What you drop? I drop 2. I already decided that I'll drop 2 dots. Maybe I'll have pair of 1s as my eyes. And I'd better take chow 2, 3, 4. I have pang of 4s, okay. So I don't need 3. If I take pang of 1s now, I'd better drop east. You see, because south was dropped and was useless for players, and east wasn't dropped so far. So I'd better drop east. If, of course, east won't come into my hand from the wall. If east comes, then of course I drop south. I just plan what I'll drop if one dots will come. Great. Okay. Not something useful, but at least it creates some tension, you see. All such things, all concealed kongs create tension. Good. Half flush, not a very expensive hand, but anyway. Even this self created something dangerous situation for me. Yes, threat. Yes, I try to remember this word. Created a threat for me. She may win. What about knitting? 10 tiles, by the way, you see. 1 for 7 cracks, 3 9 dots, 8 bams, that 6 in suits and 4 in honors. 8. Sorry, 10. 10. I don't need dots. I don't need 8 dots and 1 dots. And I need 6 dots. I need 2 and 5 bams and green, east and south. I wait for 6 tiles now. When I'll get ready, I'll be waiting for 3 tiles. 3-sided wait on the ready hand for knitting. And in most cases you can hardly tell which knitting you have, because you may have, usually you have 7 in suits and 6 in honors, and if you take something in suits, you have just less honors and knitted tiles. Who can take this one? The player, another player left the table. Why that? Very curious. Very weird players, very weird table. Not good. Maybe he just lost connection. Maybe he has some issues with it. Well, my 6. I just need 1. 6. Now, what about him? Looks like he returned. Really, I'd rather drop 3 and 1 and then north. Nothing good comes. I have the same 3 useless tiles. And while collecting knitting, it's better to drop from the center to edges instead of usual dropping from edges to the center. 3 is safe. Okay, that's good to know. I don't see 2s, I don't see 5s, bams. 1 5 melded. 3 is safe. I think 8 is safe as well. And the player to my left can collect her hand and win this table. so I need to be aware what she collects. How many is 8? Chow. The player possibly tries to collect something like pure shifted chows. No. 2 my souths are out, 2 my greens are out already, and 2 my easts. Not very good, but I still hope for something from the wall. 4. No. Another good outcome for me will be something like player to my right taking mahjong from the player to my left. Yes, she'll feed into his hand. He won't get very high, but she'll lose her points. Ouch, my third east. I'll drop 1. I hope 1 bends. Yes, at last. At last another useful tile before my useful tiles are out. 2 my 5s bams are already out. 6. Nobody needs 6, yes. Nobody needs west. She wants to collect. Good. She wants to collect something like middle tiles, yes. Or maybe that's just mixed shifted chows, all simples. Okay. What about 6s? Only 1 6 on the table. Maybe I'll pick another one. Chow. Maybe she collects. Great. I'm ready now. And this is another popular thing. 8 in suits and 5 in honors. If I take any honor now, yes, it will be just less honors. She wanted to collect pure shifted chows. But thanks all, let's see. You see, she dropped 5 bams too hastily. She could win with this 8 if she wouldn't discard that 5 bams. She could win with pure shifted chows with step 1. 4, 5, 6 bams, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. But somewhy she dropped at 5, and I think she regretted it very much. This is just tsumagiri bot. You see, tsumagiri bots don't replace flowers at the start. This flower was remaining from the very beginning of the deal. And this player collected... he collected mixed straight. He waited for 9. He waited for 9, and 9s were in the wall. My 9 was in my hand, and another 9 was discarded in the beginning by the player to my left. So another 9 was in the wall, and he could switch to anything else. This is not a very bad waiting, because you may change it any time. Okay, thanks all except the opposite player who left the table.